Okay, so here's what's going on. We are getting the bathtub ready. We're gonna take a bath, and probably gonna have more time fitting in there. Yeah. So we're doing the parts wash. We're doing simple green. Simple green. I was gonna do purple power after reading the reviews of purple power eating aluminum or oxidizing it. I thought, yeah, maybe we won't do that. I think if you have a big giant wash sink for parts, you wash them off afterwards, that's probably okay. So we only did a half of 2.5 gallons, and so 1.25. This holds, I don't remember how many gallons. I think it was 7 or 8, to depends on which level you put it at, right? And we might leave it about there. We don't really need to get it all the way up to the pump because we're not going to use that pump. The only thing that does is cover you in the parts washer juice. So every part is here. The rear main seal is here. The oil pan gasket is right here. And this is one we had trouble with. We end up getting the Felpro. I'm not a big fan of Felpro. But we tried to order that Miley or Mile brand. No, I'm sorry, it's the Victor Ryan's. And I don't know, FedEx just like lost it, did something weird, didn't deliver it. So we have the rear main seal, everything is here. We have our mat that was in here outside. We just scrubbed it off, we're letting it dry. The plan is to bring it back in here. We're going to set both of these engines on the mat, and this is the new engine. We're going to pick that up, we're going to get the torque converter off, get the front diff off. We're going to get that stub and everything off the oil pan. We're going to remove the oil pan and put the new gasket on it first. And then at the same time, we'll go ahead and pull the flywheel or the flex plate off. It will do the rear main. Once we do that, then we can put everything back together. Then we can set that engine flat on the floor, and we can start doing everything to it. Now, I finally got the rest of the pegboard to do that. We're going to do that. We're going to paint the bottom of the metal like a charcoal gray so it blends. I went ahead and went a little further, got a little crazy at Harbor Freight, got us a bolt bin, and I talked about that in last video about getting a little container for sensors, and I thought, well, let's be real here. We have totes of stuff. It'd be nice to be able to file everything in there. If we need to mark stuff, we could put a piece of clear tape and write on a label or put whatever. Do something. Somehow label it. I pretty much know what everything is, but some other sorry ass has to come in here and try to figure that out. There's no way they're ever going to. And so yeah, we have that. That was like 70 bucks at Harbor Freight. Took about 40 minutes to put it together. It's nice and powder coated, not painted. And I like that about it. It seems pretty sturdy. Anyhow, so I guess let's go ahead and I'm going to finish filling this up and let's get started. Okay, so it's later on in the evening here. And got a little, somebody had a little problem, and it wasn't me. Here's the oil pan. Now this is off the old engine, but look at the destruction in there. You can see a piece of rod. You see, it looks like, I don't know what that is, counterbalance gear, maybe. There's a connecting rod bolt laying down there in the bottom. Piece of piston just all wadded up. Let me get a glove on, I'll pull some of that out. And there's our connecting rod right there. It's a little, she's a little bent. There's a ring. There's the wrist pin for the piston. There's part of the piston. I mean, it's probably still good. We could probably still use that. There's the rest of the piston. Oil squirter from somewhere. There's that connecting rod bolt head. So yeah, 92,000 miles. Piece of the bearing cap from the rod. Still got the bolt in that one. That must have been, the other one must have been a main bearing cap, because this has got a bigger head on it. So yeah, I'm just kind of fishing at this point. Um, Windage tray. I was hoping to clean this thing up and sell it, but I don't think I don't see any baffles in it. If there's no baffles in it, we could probably do that. But man, it takes a lot of work to clean one of these up once you have that. Once that's going on, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I was smart enough to take it apart in the tray, so all the oil's leaking out in the tray and all over the floor. So it works out pretty good. I'll probably go ahead and pull this water pump unit off, take it out and dump it out. Then I'll take all the hoses off, and we'll reassemble that on the new engine. I guess we'll use these lower mileage hoses. They all look really good. They all came off real easy without a hitch. And, you know, we'll probably... That belt's pretty rusty. It looks like it's good shape. We'll probably go ahead and toss it or just keep it as a spare. We'll pull off the idler pulleys, pull off the balancer. Some of that stuff's worth a lot of money. And our cam sensors and all the smaller stuff we'll put on our bolt bin. And then we're going to end up with the extra torque converter, which I don't know if anybody wants that because I don't know the history of it. I'm going to use the one that came out of the car that matches the transmission, the fluid in the transmission I got. We're going to use the diff. We're going to use this diff because this came from the car. For whatever reason, you know, if there's any kind of gear change, don't want to find out the hard way. So the diff on the new engine is going to be for sale. If any of you guys are interested in that, let me know. We have an extra AC compressor. We have we have this valve cover, but I'm going to lay money it's not good. We have an extra eccentric shaft motor. We have many extra eccentric shaft sensors that are good, and we'll have extra set of tranny lines the way it looks. Maybe an extra starter, extra intake manifold, and all the sensors and motor mounts and all. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff. I don't really want to list any of that on eBay because eBay is pretty much a nightmare. If you guys are interested in it, if I could ship it for a good price, I'll cut you a really good deal on it. Anything else you could think of that you might need. But yeah, I don't know if we'll end the video here. Maybe we'll just end it tomorrow and keep taking it apart. I think it's probably what we'll do. So we'll see you tomorrow, or for you, about 10 seconds. Okay, so we're editing this video, and the mic cut out on the camera, so we had to do a little voiceover. We're going to remove the rear main seal. You can see me here screwing a screw into it. We'll use the pliers to leverage it out, and you can see it comes right out. There you are. That's the easiest way to do it. Be careful not to hit the mating surface. We're going to put the new one in. We made sure the new one fit before we took the old one out. We have our lube ball lubrication. We're going to go and put some of that on there now. We're going to put it on the inside and the outside. And we're going to fit it in there. We'll take the old seal and get it started. We end up using a block of wood to finish it up. And as long as you take your time with it and put the lube on it, everything will be fine. If you get too much of a hurry, you're going to mess it up. So we got it all seated in. Everything's flush. Well, almost. Okay, I'm going to wipe it off. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's the rear main seal installation. A piece of pipe or something would be the right thing to use, but we didn't have that. So here I'm just basically blabbing about this and that, engine, this and that. And that's pretty much it. So tomorrow's going to be our oil pan video, probably engine timing, and our valve cover removal on the new engine. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.